Are you ready to become awesomer? Hello everyone, my name is Umar Hamid. I'm your host on the No Limit Selling podcast, where industry leaders share their tips, strategy, and advice on how you can become better, stronger, faster. Just before we get started, I've got a question for you. Do you have a negative voice inside your head? We all do, right? I'm going to help you remove that voice in under 30 days guaranteed. Not only remove it, but transform it. So instead of the voice that sabotages you, there's one that propels you to much higher levels of performance and success. There's a link in the show notes. Click on it to find out more. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the No Limit Selling podcast. Today we have Jarriel Jordan here with us today. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
And so I just want you to know that I hate Jarriel today because I'm in Toronto. It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit and it's 80 something where you are in Florida. Which part of Florida?
Fort Lauderdale.
Nice. That's a beautiful part of the country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. So you've been in the business for about 4 years?
Correct. I hit my 4 years in August.
So it must have been like year two is when we hit COVID, right, for you? Was it like year two?
Yeah, year two, 2020. I got my license in 2018. 2020 is when COVID hit.
So when COVID hit, the first few months, everything stopped in real estate. Yeah. And then it just catapulted into one of the best markets we've seen in a long time. Right. So what was your psyche like when COVID hit and everything stopped in real estate? What were you thinking? Were you looking at classifieds? What was going on?
Yeah, it was a bit scary at first. I know I was working with probably around 3 buyers late 2019 going into 2020. Of course, COVID hit early 2020, but I believe like March, April 2020. So when COVID hit, they were like, yo, like, what's going on? What should we expect? How's the market going to turn out? It was a big what if in the entire industry. And as you said, everything just catapulted. That was the next thing. That was the next thing in the business was that explosion of real estate transactions happening. So it shifted from a what if mindset to more of a, oh my goodness, it's probably a really good time to buy since interest rates are down. But then again, a lot of people were in the market buying. So it was extremely
supply was really, really tight.
Yeah, supply was tight. People really didn't want people in and out their house because of COVID. So, you know, it was a very limited supply, but a huge bulk of buyers looking to buy and take advantage of those interest rates. So it was really competitive. Luckily, you know, I had really good clients who were very strong and able to make purchases. So we were able to structure deals where a lot of my buyers were able to be successful in 2020, leading through all the way through this year.
So how many transactions did you do last year?
Last year, I did 36 transactions.
Bravo. That's really nice. And what do you track on this to do this year?
Right now, I'm at 27. I have 4 properties under contract. So that leads me to 31. So this year, I'd say I'm on track to hopefully 38, close to 40.
Yeah, I would guess. If I was guessing, I'd say 40 or 41, which is pretty extraordinary considering that we're in flux right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when did you join your team and what's the name of the team you belong to?
So my mom's actually a real estate broker. She got in real estate 2 years before I started real estate. While I was in college, she got into real estate. So she was with Exit Landmark Realty. She started the home team of Exit Landmark Realty. We were really successful as a team in a brokerage. She decided to start her own brokerage, which is same name, the Home Team Realty Group, LLC. And of course, I'm still part of that small team within that brokerage.
How many people in the brokerage?
I believe we have 37 now.
And how many in the team?
On the team, it's 10.
10. And is that 10 agents or agents and admins?
10 agents.
10 agents. Very nice. So tell me about a time where you were not doing as well as you wanted in a particular area of real estate and how your team leader or team members helped you kind of figure that portion of real estate out. So take me through one of the stories where, you know, you really upped your game because you had that team around you.
Yeah, for sure. I go to early on in my career. One of my first listings, I believe it was my second listing, right around the corner from where I was living at that time. Very tough market. It was 2019, early 2019. The house sat on the market for quite some time. Beautiful house. If it was in this in this market or back in the COVID market, it would have sold very fast.
Right.
But it was a different market than when I first started real estate. And right now, the market we're in right now is kind of similar to that. It's still, of course, competitive. You have lingering clients from 2020, 2021 trying to buy now. But nonetheless, the market was fairly similar to where it is now. The house out on the market for over 100 days. My team, my broker, my mom, she was able to just, keep my spirits high, help me develop different marketing strategies and everything to be able to catapult that list and get it in as many eyes as possible. And the great thing is that we actually found a buyer ourselves that was actually out of the country, just from our marketing and the different factors we put into the listing to be able to help it catapult to different buyers and different eyes. We found somebody from out of the country who was able to purchase within 21 days. So
Nice.
It's tough dealing with sellers, of course, who believe, my house is worth X, it should sell in X amount of days. And we had tons of showings, it just didn't turn into any offers. Again, it was a very beautiful house, but it was just the market at that time. It was slower than everybody anticipated, and it was tough dealing, of course, with sellers' expectations. I mean, we've been on the market for 100 days. What's going on? What are you doing? So she helped me develop a very aggressive marketing strategy per week to be able to show them, here's what I'm doing for you, so that they're, not blindsided. As much as we try our hardest in real estate.
Nice.
We try. Sometimes it just doesn't lead to anything. But the things we implemented to be able to get this out there, they knew that I was doing my job and I was working very well on their behalf.
Brilliant. So if I spoke to your mom about you, it's like, Jarriel, he's amazing. He's handsome. He can do everything. He's like the perfect guy. You should marry him, kind of thing. And so the same thing's true for homeowners. Like they get a sense of, I got a beautiful home. It's the best home ever. And then the relationship between a realtor and seller is based on trust.
Right.
So what does trust mean to you? Like, how do you define trust?
I define trust as just making sure that understanding that I have your best interest at heart. Of course, it's a huge purchase, and I'm 25. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, so they, as much as they want to trust me, sometimes it's kind of hard. Although, you hire me and everything else, you're buying your first house. You have people who did buy back in the day, your mom, your dad, a lot of people that are in your ear. But a lot of people, because this is what I do it on a daily basis. They trust my advice a lot. And to me, trust is just honestly putting their faith and trust that I'm going to be able to get the job done. Because at the end of the day, that's my job. That's the job on the upside the transaction. And I advise my buyers that, look, I'm working on your behalf.
So let's deconstruct that a little bit, because there's a good chance that, in some of the clients that you have, they spoke to 2-3 other agents.
Oh, for sure.
Who said very similar things, but for whatever reason, they trusted you. So it's not so much about you, but that dynamic of a seller and agent, like, what do you think builds the trust there? Because it's hard to discern who's who. So part of it's like a feeling, like a feel you get when you meet someone. So walk me through that from your point of view.
For a seller, I believe it's just more important to understand what the agent's process is as far as getting you not only one buyer, but the right buyer.
Right.
When I talk to my sellers, I tell them my entire process from A to Z in order to establish that. It's not just about putting your house on the market and marketing it and listing it and just going from there. I have to do my due diligence and making sure, okay, we have an offer. Is this person what they say they are on paper? So I talk to sellers about that entire thing, because it's, again, at the end of the day, it's about getting this deal closed. And just because we have an offer on hand and somebody that's willing to do it, can they actually do so? It's a lot of lenders who, lenders are lenders. They're going to do their job, but some lenders do it to a higher level, I believe. So just vetting the lenders, vetting the clients, making sure that this deal and this house is something that they want to continue with. That is the biggest thing that I put in front of my clients, and make sure my sellers, that is, and make sure that they understand that I'm doing my job on the back end to make sure we get the right buyer.
Nice. So how important is your background with other homeowners? Like, you bring that up, hey, I've helped these people here in building that trust. How important is that? Your past references and referrals?
Yeah, no, that's very important. That's how I get bulk of my business. I get a bulk of my business from referral. But when I go to a listing presentation from somebody that isn't a referral, I, print my sheet out. And if it's in a certain area, I've sold a lot of real estate in the area that I primarily work in, which is Prince George's County, Maryland. I show them a list of my sold properties, how fast I've sold them, especially in the area that they're in. So if I have a client, for example, a city in my primary area called Bowie, Maryland, I highlight the ones in Bowie that I actually sold, how fast they've sold, and from there they understand, how aggressive I am actually in my marketing strategy to get these items done, and that I can actually close these deals.
So when it comes time to have a challenging conversation, when a price needs to be adjusted and a deal that looks really good on paper, but you're going, I don't think this is the right one, and we need to go for the lower one because of XYZ. How critical is that trust that you've developed to getting them to really get the right deal for them?
That's one of the hardest parts of the job. But in real estate, I always tell my sellers up front, you may hear something from me that you may not like, but my job isn't to make you like me. My job is to get this deal done. And I would rather you hear something from me up front today than be mad at me 30 days when this property doesn't sell. And so, there may be a time where we have some price adjustments. So I make that known up front that,
Excellent. Setting expectations.
yeah, setting the expectation up front, making sure that they know, if it's on the market for X amount of days, I'm going to recommend a price reduction. Of course, everything has to be confirmed through you. But I believe if we don't get something in, I usually do 21 days, especially in this market, because, things should sell in 21 days now. But yeah, if the property doesn't sell in 21 days, or if we don't have an offer in 21 days, that is, we should consider a price reduction because it shows us that people aren't interested in purchasing the house in this area at this price. So, I set that expectation up front and, they understand when that time comes, if it does come, that, expect a call from me trying to market the property this different way instead of the way we have been.
Nice. So going on the other side, buyers looking for homes. So which side of the equation do you like to play on most?
I like sellers.
Sellers?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It makes my life easier. Buyers, of course, you do a lot of running. You spend a lot of time with your buyers. It's more busy work than you would do with sellers. Of course, real estate's real estate. It's busy work regardless, but it's a lot of physical.
More efficient when it's a listing kind of
exactly.
side of the equation.
You don't have to be running around everywhere. Buyers, you might have to see 4 or 5 listings in a day. It's very time consuming, but yeah, sellers, you get a lot of your time back. So I like working with sellers a lot.
Here's an interesting thing. Have you ever been to a restaurant where the hostess or host greet you? They have you come down and they seat you at the table and they say all the right things that you want to hear. But as they walk away, you turn to your seatmate and go, that person didn't believe a single thing that they just said. They just said the words. And then you have somebody else that comes in that makes you feel like you're in their home and you're a valued guest. So same words, but the intent is totally different on both. One is truly to welcome you, and the other one is, the manual says I have to say this, this, this. So you stay in touch with your customers that buy a house. You stay in touch. How do you stay in touch in a way that you're not like the first host, where it's just going through the motions? I'll send you a birthday card. I'll send you this. It's a more mechanical. How do you breathe life into it? How do you set the intent right?
That's one of the biggest things that I focus on in my business, because again, my business breathes through them. My business is heavy on referral. So as a result, I feed back into the clients that I've served in the past a lot. By doing that, I do a lot of pop buys. I go by their house, send them gifts, just thinking about you. Just want to stop by to see how the house is going. If they have kids, how the kids been doing.
Nice.
I support them in every way possible. They send me, their kids' football schedules. I pop up to a game sometimes. It's fun, staying and connecting with clients who purchased a house through me, seeing what they did to the house, just nurturing that relationship. I spend a lot of time with buyers, and of course that relationship continues, and I would love it to continue. So I do my best to support them in any way possible, whether it's a fundraiser they're doing, football games, any type of support they need. I provide. And my company, we're very huge on community. My dad, he has a background. He was a police officer. So he gives back to the community a lot. So we have a lot of brokerage events. We invite them out primarily our past clients out to our brokerage events. So like every October, we have a pumpkin patch, one specifically for our past clients, the other for the community. So yeah, things like that. We just love to pour into our community and our clients, our past clients that trusted us with our business as much as possible.
Brilliant. So where's one area that you feel that, in this part of real estate or this part of the whole equation, I need to up my game? So where's that one area that you wish that you could do better? And what are you doing to improve that?
What I wish I could do better in is one within my business is my automation. I have a lot of clients that I work with, and I really want things to be more automated in a way. But second, but the reason I haven't done that so far is because I like the personal touch. I like the personal aspect of real estate. Real estate is 100% personal. Second, just upping my communication skills, especially when going into a listing presentation. I feel like I really do have a good presentation, but just want to be able to pour into my clients more while I'm there.
Nice.
And just get more listings. I feel like I'm at a point where I need more listings. I want more listings. I have a good amount of listings, but I want to transition to that side of the equation more.
Brilliant. Actually, we interviewed one guy on the show, one agent, got some support staff, 500 transactions a year.
Goodness gracious.
One dude. It's like insane. It's like when I was doing the interview, he's watching his clock. It's like, oh, you got 12 seconds left. He didn't quite say that, but yeah, it's so brilliant. So a couple of questions before we part company. What's one attribute you've inherited from your mom that you feel blessed?
Just her attitude to never give up and just go into everything with confidence. She's always the type of woman that goes in and people are attracted to her just because of her personality. So
nice.
That's one thing I really admire about my mom is that she draws attention just from the room she's in, whatever crowd she's in. That's the biggest thing I love about my mom.
So what makes you happy? Like what brings joy into your life?
I just had a son. So my son, he's 4 months. He's going to be 5 months.
Nice.
On the 4th of October. So he was born May 4th. But yeah, he's number one thing that brings me happiness, and just starting a family and everything else. Man, watching football, being able to chill. Of course, I work very hard. So just having that downtime, being able to hang out with my family. I'm with my family now on vacation. My family and her aunts and her cousins, but yeah, just being able to celebrate life, man, and just relax sometimes, and nice. that brings me the most joy.
So I'll just share a quote with you that I really love. It's like adults don't raise children, children raise adults, and it really makes you step up your game.
Absolutely.
So what's one tip you want to share with other realtors out there or other entrepreneurs that would let them be more efficient, effective, happier?
One thing that I played sports my whole life. Just a quick background. I've played football. I mean, I played all sports, football, track, basketball. Track is my second sport. Football is my first. Went to University of Richmond on scholarship, played since I was 9, all the way through until I was 21. But football just taught me so much about life that I pour into my real estate career. The biggest thing is that you just can't be afraid to fail. You have to fail forward. That's the biggest thing. Football has taught me. Through repetition and through our failures, we're going to learn, not what not to do and how to do stuff differently going forward. So that's the biggest thing, football and sports in general just have taught me about life, and that I've applied into my business. But it's like I told you before, just finding genuine happiness is just by taking some downtime. It's a very demanding business. Like these last 3 days, I got here, today's Friday. I got here yesterday. So I worked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Very demanding. I was on the clock from 7:30 until like 9:30 at night. But because we're so busy, you just have to find downtime. You have a life as well.
To refresh yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't overwhelm yourself with business. The only reason I worked that long, those 3 days, is because I left, midweek.
And that's always, you want to see someone work hard. It's like the week before the vacation. They're like superhuman. Yeah. So Jarriel, thanks so much for being on the show, man. Really enjoyed the conversation. And I am truly happy for you for your son, and enjoy that journey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Sam. If you need anything from me, my name is Jarriel Jordan. My socials are Jarriel Jordan on all social platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can connect with me there. If you have any real estate questions or in the DMV looking to buy or sell, I would love to help.
And we're going to put all those links in the show notes so you can find it super easily. Thanks so much for being on the show. If you enjoyed this episode, please go to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating. And if you're looking for more tools, go to my website at nolimitselling.com. I've got a free mind training course there that's going to teach you some insights from the world of neuro-linguistic programming, and that is the fastest way to get better results.